Come on, connect.
All right. You are live.
I am?
I'm live now. They said, yeah. Well, we're live. We're live on my channel.
Oh, I'm clicking go live now.
Steve in Alaska. Nothing yet. All right. So we're live. Hi, everyone. Val here. And I am with my daughter. And her channel is Fariana's Vlogs. And we are doing a live stream on both of our channels at the same time. And I don't know how she does that, like I said, but she does. So you can be watching here or you can be watching there. You can be watching in both places. Hey, Kim, how are you? I got Kim from The Life of This Housewife, or she's calling herself This Housewife now, her channel. Good to see you. Glad you came in. I'm sorry we're late. I had technical difficulties. Actually came home around 11 o'clock and my internet wasn't working. And I got with the cable company and they said the lines were down in the neighborhood and they were working on them and it should be back up by 3. And this is the second time in like 2 weeks they've done that we've had internet issues. But we are fixed now and we're good to go. It's really kind of bothersome, but this is the first time we've lived here since July last year. And this is, or August last year. And this is the first time we've had internet issues these last couple of weeks. So I'm working from home, so I need my internet. And this was supposed to be my break time where I could come online and do the tag. But I think we're ready now. It's only
Let me set my
an hour late or something, but I don't have my second computer set up, so I can't see your live stream.
I'm still setting up my my audio. We probably can't even hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can, but I probably don't have it set up on my OBS advanced.
So we're welcoming into the chat. We got Karen LeBeau, we got Pat P, and we got Teresa Kugler, and we got Kim.
Did we set this up?
Housewife, and we welcome all of you. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a tag, and this is a family tag. And when we answer the questions, you guys are welcome to answer the questions also in the chat section so that we can get to know each other a little bit better. So as soon as she's ready, just let me know when you're ready.
I think I'm good, but I can't type out any of the questions because I got no pinky.
She lost her pinky.
I got no pinky.
It was a bad poker game.
Right? I shouldn't have bet at all. I shouldn't have.
All right, so we're going to start out with a fairly easy question. And I got this tag. I want to say I got this tag from Sandy over at Let's Get Fit with Sandy. So y'all go over and check her out. She has an amazing channel. And she does a lot of tags. So this is a tag that she did the other night and she tagged me in it, which I love to be tagged. So anybody who has a tag out there and wants to tag me, go for it. I think we're going to try to do Friday afternoon live streams for a little while until we get through this pandemic or whatever, until I get back to work in an office area. But for now, let's have fun with this every Friday afternoon. Y'all come out and join us. So as long as my internet stays connected. Number 1, how big is your immediate family? And I wasn't sure what they meant by immediate family.
I think that's like your household is your immediate family.
Okay. So my household, the people living in my house are just Steve and I. But if you're looking for our children, we have the lady you're looking at over there is my daughter, and I have a son, and then Steve has daughters and a son, and we are a blended family. We have, I have, Ariana's has, and I'm going to say your name, so I just am your real name, so, and I say it all the time, so they probably know it anyway.
You can't even say my real name half the time anyway. It's like Patty, Teresa, Patty, Karen, whoever you are.
Oh, well, whoever she is, she has 2 boys. My grandsons are 16 and 12.
Yep.
And then Steve has 2 grandchildren, which are also my grandchildren. And Adeline is 6 now, 6 this summer, 6 in July, I think. And then Dino is 1. I think that's right. My phone may ring because technically I'm still at work. I'm going to send it to voicemail because I'm actually on break.
Ooh, that's Helen.
I did schedule a break till 2:30. So anyway, and so that's what I call our immediate family is our kids and our grandkids.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you got?
Well, my immediate household is me, Michael, and the kids. As far as extended family outside of the household in Virginia, all I've got is my mom, Valerie, and my brother. Everybody else is pretty much out of state, as far as I know.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael's parents, all he's got is his dad, and he's in Louisiana. And you got like 3 siblings that are like half-blooded. Yeah. None of the siblings are related to each other, except for through the father. They're all half-blooded. He's got 2 sisters and a brother.
My mom, different dads. My mother, brother, and sister, my dad, all of us have different moms. And each of my siblings has a sibling.
Yeah, and even each of his siblings have other siblings that are also half-blooded. So it's just like, yeah.
It's the way of the world.
It's weird.
So Patty's saying she has a dog, and Karen's saying there's just 2 in their house. Question number 2, do you have any siblings? And I will say yes, I do, and I will try to claim them. I have 1 brother and 3 sisters. I have Pat E., Karen Labov, and Teresa Kugler, who are in the chat. I think they're all still in the chat. And then my brother, who lives in northern New York also.
Good Lord, I don't even know all my step-siblings' names. There's some I haven't even met. I know I wrote them down at one point in time. Let me find my Instagram. I know I have a picture somewhere.
Yay for the sisters, Teresa says. Yay, sisters!
I also do not know all of my
And Patty's saying same as Val. Well, I hope so. You're my sister.
Ashley has a sister, Heather.
Yeah, lucky us. I have a wonderful family. I really love my sisters and my brother. So we are lucky to have each other. I think we're a good family. So,
dude, I am searching so hard for these photos, and I am not seeing them. Goodness, it's too many people. Okay, so my parents have been married 3 different times. So with just my parents, I've got my brother, Buddy, and with my dad's second wife, I've got Brooke and Jennifer. They're step siblings, no half siblings. And then with my dad's third wife, I know of 2 of her kids. I think she's got 3. I don't know. I know 2 of her kids. One of them lives with her. Their names escape. It's Courtney and something else. It's a boy, older than me, probably. And on my mom's side, the second husband, that's Christy and Shelly. I've never met Shelly, but I've met Christy a couple times. She's in Texas. They're both in Texas, and they're older than me. And then the third husband is the Rachel, Meredith, and Caleb. And then if you technically count it, I have god siblings too, because I was technically raised with my neighbors Genesis, Josh, and Trey, and they consider me their sister. They refer to me as their sister, even though we're not related at all. So they're technically siblings because we grew up together, basically.
Yeah, they were always in our house.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and we feared her mama.
I love having the kids around. I always loved having all the neighborhood kids in the house. So yeah, kind of feel like they're my own too.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. So Karen's telling us how great we are, and we already know that. All right. So question number 3. Share a childhood memory. Share a childhood memory.
Childhood memory. Like
I have any childhood memory.
Does it have to be a good one? A bad one?
I'm going to share good ones. I remember, because I was raised in northern New York, I remember snow, and that's why I live in Virginia, because I don't want to see snow anymore. So some of my memories of wintertime in New York was we lived on a dirt road in the country, farmland, and we lived on a hill. All right. Our house sat like towards the middle top of the hill. The hill went a little bit higher, but it sat on a hill. And one night it was freezing rain and everything. The road got all frozen, and our neighbor came down and said, "Hey, the hill is perfect for sledding." And so Mom got us all out of bed, and we got dressed in our winter clothing, and we went out like midnight and sledded down the dirt road down the hill. Another memory I have of sledding is our, what I call aunt. It's the lady that raised my dad. Her daughter came one day with the snowmobile to take us snowmobiling, and we had a large toboggan that we sledded on. You know, we would sled down the hill on and stuff too. She tied the toboggan behind the snowmobile and took us all out through the woods. And I was on the back of the snowmobile with her, and then some of the other kids were on the toboggan. Well, when we came back out of the woods, we looked back and the toboggan was gone. So we had lost them in the woods somewhere, which I thought was terribly funny. So we ended up like going in the house and having hot chocolate and waited for them to come out. We made them walk out. But I do remember that. Do y'all remember that? Because you guys were probably on the toboggan, Karen and Patty. Don't know that Teresa and them were. I think they were probably too young to remember that. But I did think that was funny. But those are the 2 memories I'm going to share. So Patty said the same thing. Patty said sledding down the road in the middle of the night. Mm-hmm. Karen saying fishing at the creek with Mom. Picking berries with Mom and Dad. I had that one too. Building us an awesome skating rink. I do remember that in the front yard that time when it was snowing and the snow was really packed down. So we sprayed water on it, and we kept spraying water on it until we got layers of ice so that we had a skating rink in our front yard.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and roller skating on Sundays. I forgot that too. We used to go up to the roller rink when we were teenagers.
I hated roller skating. I was dragged to the skating rink when I was younger.
Yeah, but you busted your face in the skating.
Yeah, I'm terrified of roller skates and people on roller. I can't. That's my biggest fear. I can't even go to a Sonic drive-through. I have to like go through the actual drive-through. I can't sit there and have a car hop bring me anything because there's somebody on roller skates coming towards me, and it just like I get like this mini panic attack. I still do, and I'm an adult. And that happened when I was like 8, 9.
Okay, so what's your memory?
I got a couple of memories I can think of from my childhood. There was one, actually, I think we had a video of me when you guys owned that panel van or whatever it was. And that was when my Southern accent was pretty heavy. We were going to go to Disney World, but it was kind of like a surprise to me. So, like, you were recording me, and they were like, "So where are we going? We're going to Disney World." Like, my accent was really heavy. I don't know where it went. I remember some beauty pageants that I was in, a couple of my tumbling things that I did, a couple of my outfits and stuff like that. And I remember Granddaddy's house. Like, he had a little pond, like a man-made pond, like a house down from his. And I used to go over there all the time and like steal the baby ducks and bring them in the house and have them swim around in the sink. Nobody knew I brought a baby duck home that day, but I would always steal a baby duck. I would return it eventually, but I would always steal a baby duck and watch it swim around in my house.
Oh, Patty said she remembers the roller skating.
I can't roller. It's not going to happen.
Teresa's saying smelling bread baking at Bessie's house. Now, we had an aunt. It was the lady that raised my dad's sister, I believe. And her house was across by the river. And we would go to her house while we were going down to the river to go fishing. We would stop in at Bessie's, and she baked homemade bread all the time because she would sell it. You know, she had a little stand. She would sell it. And every time you walked into her house, just that smell of baked bread. Oh my gosh, it was wonderful. I remember that. Anytime
cool.
I smell baked bread, I think of Bessie. I do remember trips. I remember one trip to Maine, and I remember one trip to Kentucky.
I remember one trip to Georgia that I did. I went to Georgia one time.
Mm-hmm.
I liked all the land and stuff like that. What was it? Great grandma? She's still alive, isn't she? Great grandma. She lived on like acres of land at that time, I think.
In Georgia? No.
Wasn't it Georgia?
I thought she passed.
No, great grandma's still alive. Great grandma passed. She had dementia. Dad's mom, but Dad's grandma is still alive. She's like 90 something.
I do remember going down there. There was something in the backyard. I remember going on a truck through the backyard or something.
I remember that too. And like a wall of rocks somewhere. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Question number 4. Name one of your favorite family recipes, and do you cook it often?
Shepherd's pie. And I don't cook it enough.
That's what I thought.
And I don't cook it enough because the boys love it. And I even make a keto version with like mashed cauliflower instead of potatoes. And I'll do like a half and half pan so I can have some too.
That's like my favorite thing too. That's the exact thing that I put down. In the story behind that shepherd's pie it's a very basic shepherd's pie with the seasoned ground beef, a layer of corn, and then a layer of potatoes. Put it together, put it in the oven, bake it for a little bit, sprinkle a little paprika on top. I season the ground beef. But they used to serve it in school. And I came home one day and said, Mom, you have to make what they make at school. And I explained it to her, and she was like, yeah,
that's craziness.
and then she made it one day, and ever since then it was like it was our favorite thing. We ate it all the time. And I made some Tuesday night here because we haven't had it in a while, and I made it, and Steve was like, "Ooh, shepherd's pie."
Yeah, I haven't made it in a while. We usually throw peas in the center too because the boys like peas. But for my keto version, I'll do like green beans, mashed cauliflower, and I'll still do the beef at the bottom because I can have beef, and it's just as good.
Yeah. Karen's saying banana bread a lot. I like banana bread, but not as much as shepherd's pie.
Yeah.
Mom's milk gravy on toast. See, I never was a gravy on toast kind of person. Berry pie, butternut squash soup.
Oh, I love butternut squash soup.
Do you?
Yeah, but I can't make it because I don't have one of those like puree machines or whatever they are, blenders.
One of those little hand blender things. Those aren't
Yeah, because you gotta basically liquefy the squash.
right. Put it on your Christmas list or
I
your
will.
birthday list.
Yeah, there's a couple of kitchen items. I was actually cooking the other day. What was I missing in my cooking? Yeah, oh, a basting brush. I can't find a basting brush. You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
I can't find one anywhere. And I was like, I was 2 seconds from recording on the video and leaving it on the video. If you guys want to buy me something, I have PayPal, and I'll give you like a PO box and buy me a basting brush. You can get better cooking videos if I have the right utensils.
Well, make a list so that when your birthday and Christmas come and I ask you what do you want, then you have a list already made because everybody always goes, I don't know, or something, they don't really need. So, and I will tell you, Teresa's berry pie, the one she makes with the Jello stuff. Oh my gosh, I could eat that every day. That's why I'm glad I don't live that close to Teresa because I would be fatter than I am now.
Right.
But I wish I lived closer to Teresa. That's not the reason I don't, but I love her pie. Can't make it. I've tried different things, but it never comes out like mom's. But the gravy toast, I'm not a white gravy kind of
Do I have
gravy person. I've never was a biscuit and gravy kind of person.
my keto shepherd's pie? Did I make a video on that? Can you search for that and post the link in my chat?
Keto shepherd's pie sounds good because I'm watching carbs.
This housewife, I'm getting Michael to look for my keto shepherd's pie video and posting a link on my live stream. That way you can go to it if you want what I used for the recipe. I don't remember how far back that video was though. Okay.
She'll post the recipe for you.
Yeah, it's on my chat. I'll see if I can post it on this one too.
All right, we have Embracing Chaos with Jen in the house. Hi, Jen.
Hi, Jen.
She's late, but that's okay because we're late too because we were supposed to be airing at 1:00 and my internet was down when I got home. So I had to wait for the cable company to fix my internet before we could go live. So we were actually 45 minutes late too. So Pat saying hi to Jen. Teresa said she wished we were closer too. Well, y'all can move down here. It's beautiful down here and it's not cold like up there. It's snowing upstate New York right now at my sister's house.
Well, it's like 60, 70 degrees here right now. It feels good. It's got a breeze. I see the trees swaying in my window.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be freezing tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I took my my tomato plants and brought them up by the garage because we're going to put them in the garage for the weekend because it's going down into the 30s tonight, low 30s tonight and tomorrow night. So Kim says thank you for getting her the recipe.
Did you find it?
And Jen's saying oh goodness, my chaos is contagious. All right, are we ready for question number 4?
Yeah.
What's your favorite family tradition?
I've done a lot of them with the kids. I think one of the favorite ones I have for Christmas is getting the kids like a new set of PJs and a movie and a popcorn and like putting it together in a big box and they get to open it like the night before. That way they have a movie to watch the night before Christmas kind of thing. And, we feed the reindeer with the glitter oatmeal and stuff like all of that. We do a baking day. Like every Christmas, we do a whole day of like baking, which takes like a week to prepare for. But I mean, that's probably the biggest traditions we have. I try to celebrate like every holiday here, even like St. Patrick's and stuff. I do a holiday meal and I try to make it themed and everything.
Karen's saying it's 83 degrees down there in Texas.
You can keep 83 right now. I'm good with 70.
Angie Nichols is in the house. Hi, Angie.
Hi, Angie.
She's up in Canada. And it's probably snowing up there too. Is it snowing up there, Angie? And Leah's here from Keeping It Real. So everybody, 1, 2, 3, we're going to sing happy birthday to Leah.
Happy birthday to you.
you. Happy
Happy
birthday to you. Happy
Happy
birthday, dear Leah. Happy birthday to you. Miss you. Wish you were here. Leah is a friend and a YouTuber that's somebody that I met on YouTube and did a meetup with and have become very good friends with. That is my friend Leah down in North Carolina. Karen says family potluck dinners are her favorite tradition. Patty saying hi to Angie and Leah. Leah's saying hi to Patty. Hey. It was this morning. Oh, so Angie said it snowed this morning. It is only 2 degrees Celsius? A little bit over freezing.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's 0 Celsius is freezing, I think. Like it's our 32.
That's crazy. I posted the link in both of my chats, in my live stream and yours, for that cottage pie, the shepherd's pie keto thing.
Okay.
For her.
Angie's saying happy birthday. And Patty's saying she doesn't have any traditions, but I don't believe her.
I don't either.
Leah, happy birthday. This is the link for what?
The cottage pie, the shepherd's pie, the keto version.
Okay, Kim, that's your link for the shepherd's pie. Happy birthday. Teresa's saying happy birthday to Leah. I wish I was there too, although I'm going to have a heart attack laughing. Oh, don't die. Yes. That's right. Okay. So she said it's right. 0 is our 32.
Goodness.
We had plus 17 over the weekend, which wasn't bad. And the crazy thing is, it's been warm here and nice here. I've even seen every day I see at least one hummingbird on my hummingbird feeder outside my office window here, which I'm very excited about. Family traditions with us, with the kids growing up, we always did the gingerbread houses over Christmas, which we loved. And I remember one year when Alicia and her brother were teenagers. We did this whole village of gingerbread village thing with.
We were feeling murderous, apparently.
Yes,
we
very bad.
Gingerbread men all over the front yard. We had them decapitated, and we used red frosting for blood. And
they did the Twizzler strings and made nooses and were hanging them from the back of, and they put Buddy put a target on the roof and said Santa land here, and had a guy with a little gun out there, and it was really bad.
We were teenagers.
If you looked at the village from the front, it looked like a normal happy village, but if you looked at it from the back, it looked like, oh my gosh, what? And then remember, we made all the cookies and everything, and we put them in the center of the village, and we invited all the neighbors over to have hot chocolate and cookies and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought that was so fun. I always loved making our gingerbread and our cookies and, candies and fudge. I love making fudge at the holiday time.
It's like inviting people over to see our gingerbread massacre.
Yeah, I love having the neighbors over. And even with living here, Christmas Eve this year, we did a luncheon and invited all the neighbors. And a few of them showed up, not everybody, but because we do live in a vacation house or a vacation neighborhood. So some neighbors were here and some weren't. So Angie said it's been a crazy spring. I'm going to have to agree with her on that one. This is how my year is going, okay? I go on vacation in February to Belize and come home with bot flies in my legs, okay? Had to have surgery to remove bot flies, one in my right knee and one in my left leg. That was a fun. We couldn't go. We went scuba diving one time. It was supposed to be a scuba diving trip, but the winds were so strong down there. We did try to go out one time. I got seasick on the boat, and I never get seasick. But we were being tossed around underwater. It was going like this, and we felt like fish that were just being pushed with the waves, and it was a terrible experience. So we never got our diving trip in that we wanted. That was like, I don't know what it was, but it wasn't diving. And then we come home and there's a plague going around here. So
it's all your fault.
So this is my year. I don't even know what's going on. Okay. Cookie bacon. Yeah, cookie bacon. My mom, even growing up, we always made cookies and cakes and pies, and we always had plenty of sweets around the house all the time, not just Christmas time, but my mom baked all the time. So that is a childhood tradition. Is Christmas time we have to bake. Easter we have to bake, and anytime we're together we have to bake. That's just what we do.
I remember that one time when Jennifer and Rachel were just babies. And we were making cupcakes and cookies and stuff. And I remember they just put them in these big old t-shirts that were too big on them. And I have a picture of like Jennifer holding one out like this, and she's got her frosting, but they're covered in like the frosting and stuff. Like I remember that too.
But
and
see,
they're like not
that's
that much
fun to
younger.
let your kids come in the kitchen and just get all messed up, because I know of adults that said, my mom never allowed me in the kitchen. I don't even know how to cook. That's sad. Kids should be able to have that experience of coming in the kitchen and experiment and then do whatever they want to do, I never stop my kids from coming in and learning how to cook. My son is an awesome cook. We'll just say, I'm not sure about Alicia, but
hey, I love to cook. It doesn't mean I'm good at it. I just like to cook.
She would make bizarre things growing up. I'd be like,
I still do. Do you not see my recipe videos half the time? I'm just like, yeah, this will go together.
And when we're come up there, we bake. We do bake. All right. So number 6, does your family have a motto, spoken or unspoken? Do you have a family motto?
What?
Family motto? I don't know. I didn't make these questions.
I've never heard of a family motto.
A family motto. My kind of motto with you two growing up, like when you were teenagers or, preteens, is I don't have to agree with you, but I still love you anyway. Because you guys all had weird concepts. I mean,
weird friends too.
Even as an adult, both you and your brother are like out over there somewhere. And I'll be like, yeah, I love them. They're my kids, but
we get it from grandma.
Listen to me. So.
I don't know. I don't think I have a motto.
Don't worry, be happy.
I mean, I know there's something I say a lot is we'll figure it out. I don't know how to do that. Well, we'll figure it out. I'm having this problem. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't stress it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, when Zane's having a meltdown and I know it's probably not an easy fix, I'll be like, well, I'll figure it out. It may take a while, but I'll figure it out.
Right. Patty's saying she remembers awesome cookie baking days when the kids were younger. Yeah, but when we get up there, we still bake pies and stuff. We gotta have coconut pie. Leah's making fun of me. Ha ha, seasick. And you want to go on a cruise. Yes, we do. You know what we did to Leah? We took her to Busch Gardens, right? And we put her into teacups and we spun as fast as we could spin. And she was like turning green.
We did that to Buddy one time. Remember? He started crying.
He was just little though. But Leah told us don't spin too hard because I get like motion sickness. Like, okay, thanks for telling us. Let's spin.
This is fun.
Because I do like spinning. And I was okay on the boat. I will tell you, I was okay on the boat. My problem came when I had the dive gear on and I jumped in the water. And the dive instructor, I don't know what his issue was, or the whatever person we were going down with, but he treated us like we were students that didn't know what we were doing. And he kept us in this rough water, and he kept like trying to yell at us underwater and stuff. And it was like, man, swim. We're here to swim and see the reef. And, and you're trying to teach us like we're taking class 1 or something. We're way past class 1 here. Okay. But I had an issue with him. And then he brought us up, but wouldn't let us go all the way up. So he kept us in the current that was pushing us back and forth and expected us to stay still. And it was just like, and that's where I got queasy. It wasn't until I was going up and he wouldn't let us break the surface and get on the boat. And he made us sit there, and was not happy with this guy we dove with from the resort. It was the only part of the resort we didn't like was the guy that went diving with us. Had we had a different dive master with us, it probably wouldn't have been as bad. But I will say I'm blaming it on the dive master. Not so much the boat. The boat wasn't as bad as being in the water, being tossed in the water. And even the fish were like swimming sideways. They couldn't even take the current either. So
just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Swim, Nemo, swim.
I'll be in Australia yet.
Exactly. Yes, never eat food from the side of the road. That's her motto. And it's within 10 pounds. It's a fair fight. Never eat food from the side of the road. And if
I want to know what happened in her family for that to be the motto. Have you ever seen those signs that's like, don't do this? And you're like, I wonder what really happened to cause that sign to be posted.
Right. Oh, that's funny. So Chris obeyed by that, to never eat the food from the side of the road. I'm sure he's brought some home. All right. Anybody else got a family motto out there? That was funny. Oh. All right. Number 7. Are we ready for another one?
Mm-hmm.
Share something you did with your parents that you still do today.
Yeah. Ignore them.
Leah's saying she raised 4 boys. Okay, I get it now.
Okay, yeah.
Never eat anything on the side of the road. They're always hungry. Something I do with my parents that I still do now, fishing. And my dad fished with me every time I came home, pretty much up until, the last days of his life. And my mom, she used to fish, but, now she's 87. She's 87 years old. So
Probably don't get out much.
More. Playing cards. My sisters are both saying playing cards. We still do that now. Mom still does it with us, and she can still beat us. So if you have to play partners, pick mom. That's what I do, and we beat them. So, and then the other thing was berry picking. I always remember going berry picking with my mom and dad, and siblings and stuff. And we still do that. From time to time when we're together, we will go berry picking. And my mom she'll get out and pick berries. So we haven't done that in the last couple of years. But back when we did it, when I used to go up in August, we would do it. So what about you? I want to hear your answer for this one.
I honestly don't know. I mean, we never really did anything together other than cooking.
Patty
We
said
don't-
mom treats.
We don't exactly cook together anymore. That's all I really know. And I know Dad never spent time with me, and he disowned me when I was 18, and only now am I starting to slowly develop a relationship with him. But I haven't gone down there with the boys in almost a year now, so I mean, I don't know. I never did anything with him. He was always out working in the garage on cars or doing whatever. The only thing I do remember that was a routine that I looked forward to was on exchange day. When we went to his house, he would take me to 7-Eleven and I would get my little cream cakes and a soda. And I looked forward to that every single time, but that's not like something I did with him. That was just like a habit that I was used to. I don't know. I don't know.
We still did bake together and stuff.
Yeah, we did like, the Christmas baking and, we made plans to do like specific cooking things, but we haven't done that in a while. A couple of years.
Right.
Have to make plans.
Yeah. Well, it's tough right now with this virus and we're, supposed to be social distancing or whatever, physical distancing.
I don't know. It's dumb.
We can still be social, but we can't be together.
I don't want to be social.
Socially unaccepted. But yeah. I mean, we used to go bowling sometimes, and I'm trying to think of stuff we did as family together.
It was
go to
far,
parks.
Yeah.
Go to the park and walk, and
it was far between because when you were working in banquets, it was like all day, every day. You had to be gone. We would come home from school, make ourselves food, and basically do our own homework and stuff. And that was our routine. And we didn't see you till nighttime. And then you took on another job. So you were working at night at the farm or place or whatever it was before that went out of business. But I think we didn't really do like a lot of stuff, like planned stuff until I was married to Albert. And we had Cinnamon. She was little, and we would take her out to the zoo, and we would plan trips and camping and Girl Scouts. And I mean, we did all sorts of stuff with her.
And even the boys, we took to Jellystone and went camping with them. And we would go to the shows, the Disney on Ice and stuff.
Oh yeah, they love those.
Those little shows. We took the boys and you went with us.
And now they're older and they're boys and they're teenagers. They're like, I want to spend time with Mom.
I don't want to do that anymore.
That's not fun. That's little kid stuff.
Well, we'll make new memories once this opens up and we can get out on this boat. So, yeah, I did. I worked a lot with them growing up because I was having to pretty much support them.
Because Kenny really couldn't hold a job. That was the problem. We had one income for the whole household.
Yeah, it was two to three jobs I would hold to make ends meet. So I didn't spend a lot of time with my kids growing up. I really didn't. So make that up.
We made time for you, though. Remember, we would surprise you on your birthday with like a pre-made cake. You come home from work and everybody would be sitting in the living room and be like, oh, you made me a cake.
The neighborhood kids.
Yeah. Well, we didn't know anybody else. That's where we're going to invite for your birthday party.
All the kids in the house is like, no, I'm tired. Send them home.
Hi, Life Adventures. Welcome to the chat.
And if you can't see who she's talking to, she is on her channel too. I'm going to remind you that she has her channel going also. So Karen's saying the Governor Fair. We used to go to the fair when we were young. We raised animals on the farm. My dad would have pigs and chickens and whatnot. So I joined the 4-H in high school, and I showed chickens at the farm one year at the fair one year, and I still have blue ribbons and stuff from my chickens from being at the fair. So I still have them somewhere. Someday I'm going to start going through my memory books and sharing memories with y'all and just showing y'all these little things. That would be fun. I think that'll be fun.
What she needs to do is find these old videos of me and put them on disc and send them to me so I can do my own reaction videos to myself when I was younger, because I was a total dork. Well, I still am, but I was like a total dork when I was younger. I would love to do reaction videos on
I
myself.
gotta find them because Patty did put them on DVD, but I don't know what I did with it.
She threw them away. It's because it was
moved. We moved. I know where the VCR is, but I don't know if I know where the DVD is. It might still be at Patty's house for all I know.
I don't even have a disc reader for this computer. I would have to find a way to get a disc reader, I think.
Karen said she took her kids to work with her.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, I don't think I could have ever done that.
You took me to work all the time. Remember at the Marriott, I would get like 3 over easy eggs from that lady that made eggs in the banquets area. And I would sit at the bar in the waiting area. And I saw Vanna White doing a commercial and all that stuff. Yeah, and I would go swimming. And that's where me and Buddy busted our chin that same week. I busted mine in the swimming pool and he busted his on like a bike or something like that. And we had matching pictures for school.
And Buddy met when the wrestlers came in. He got to meet
Arn Anderson and Lex Luthor.
Art Anderson gave him tickets to the show. We got free tickets to the show. And we were there ringside. I mean, he gave us good tickets.
We could see the sweat off of them. It was crazy.
Yeah, we were so close. But yeah, he actually went up to one of the wrestlers' rooms, and got to meet Ric Flair. So it was very, very cool. I do remember that. I do remember taking you guys. And then there was that time when there was it was cold out and there was a fire under the street.
Oh, the exploding manholes that shook the building. Oh, Buddy was hiding in the closet. We were like 20 stories up or something. It was crazy.
They were. And then all the power went out and they were trying to get everybody out of the hotel down into the lobby area. They're like a banquet area, to keep them safe because we didn't know really what was going on. And so they had to come down the stairs and they were just small at that time. And I
couldn't get Buddy out of the
room because I tried to go up in the elevator to get him, and the elevator, there was no power. So I had to climb the stairs. It was 20 flights. I think they were on like the 20 or the 21st floor, somewhere up above the 20th floor. So I called up to him and I said, just get on the stairs, come down, I'll meet you. I'm going to walk up the stairs. I'm going to meet you. Just come down. And as I'm passing people coming down the stairs, they were saying, are we being bombed? What's going on? I mean, it was very, very scary for me.
Because manhole covers, people don't know, they weigh like a ton. And when they're slamming down onto the ground after being burst up from air pressure, it will shake a building. It'll shake a whole block. And that's what they were doing.
And we weren't allowed to leave the building because it was a danger that you could get hit with one. So, and they were something under the pressure from the fire underneath the street was making the manhole covers fly up in the air and stuff. I don't know. But was very, very scary, and hopefully never experience anything like that again. If I had not had my children there, would I have been as scared? I don't know, but I was scared for my children. So
it was a scary. And then they packed us all in those conference rooms together with a bunch of strangers, like hundreds of strangers. It was elbow to elbow. Mm-hmm. And the last time something like that happened to me, I was at a Comic-Con a couple years back, and lightning hit the building itself. Like it struck the building and all the alarms went off and the lights went off, and they packed us all in the conference rooms, and they had somebody stand up at the podium. It was like, yes, the building's been hit by lightning. Yes, we're trying to fix everything right now and get the power back on. Yes, we think the Comic-Con can continue. Just give us about an hour kind of thing. And we were just like, we didn't know what to. We couldn't leave because there was such a bad storm going on outside. They wouldn't let us leave the building.
Right. And then Karen saying she worked at a kids' amusement park.
Cool.
And Leah's asking, was it in Richmond? No, it was in Norfolk. Down by the water in Norfolk.
This was back in the 90s.
Right. Waterside Marriott. All right. And the last question is, share something unique about your family or your family history. And
where's my history stuff?
Do you want me to say mine first?
Go ahead. I'm gonna look it up on Facebook because I had that whole DNA folder on my Facebook. You remember I did that whole DNA test stuff, and then I like rooted all the way back to France, our family.
Right. And she actually matched DNA with a lady in New York and found out that the lady in New York was actually my cousin, which my aunt had a child before she was married and gave away a child for adoption. And now
nobody knew about it.
Right. Nobody knew about it. They never told the siblings that there was another child out there that was given away for adoption. The mom and dad, my aunt and uncle, have passed away. I told the cousin, one of my cousins, about it. That would be the sister. And she was skeptical at first, but then had a DNA test and matched to be a sister. So they now have connected to each other, which I think is very, very awesome. Hopefully they will meet. I know that my cousin in New York, the one that Alicia matched DNA with, she now is battling with cancer, but I'm so happy. She's in her 70s. I'm happy that she got to know that her family embraced her and really wanted to meet her and know her. And before she passed away, so she knows now who her mom and dad were. Well, she knew who her mom was. She knew names. She gave me names. Our grandmother and stuff. She knew who all that was. She had the names. She just never located the family. So, Leah's saying my family should have ruled Scotland, but he was killed the night he was to be made king.
Wow.
Castle could have been mine. Dang.
Hi, Chappers.
That's cool. Hey, Mark. Mark is Chappers Rules 1 over in Australia. How are you today? All right. So something unique about my family is that he's saying it's 4:45 a.m. Saturday morning here in Australia. Wow, you're up early. Last name is Comins.
Nice.
I think what is unique about my parents is that both of my parents were orphaned as children. My mom was raised in a Catholic orphanage, and my dad his father died when he was 7, and his mom handed him off to farmers to raise. And he ended up with the family that I consider family now. He ended up with them and lived with them until he turned 17 and joined the army and went into the army. So both of my parents were orphaned. They met after my dad got out of the army. But I think that's unique about the family. I also think it's unique that, well, you know now that I was married twice before I married Steve. When I met Steve, I was very cautious as far as I wasn't ready to get married again. Marriages didn't work out well for me. So we dated for a lot of years. And I looked for signs of, is this going to be right for me? Is, whatever. And the weird things would pop up. Like his name is Steve. My mom when my brother was born, she picked out the name Stephen Michael for my brother, and my aunt had a child and named her child Stephen Michael, and the child died. She asked my mom not to use the name. When I was talking with Steve when we first met, we talked a few times. I said, I bet I know what your middle name is. And he said, what? And I said, Michael. And he's like, how did you know that? And I said, there's something weird just told me that you're a Stephen Michael. So that was kind of one hint that, well, is this a sign from my dad who had just passed away that, I need to get to know him better because, he's given me a name, Yeah. And then another thing is my dad's birthday is July 21st, and that's Steve's mom's birthday. They share the same birthday, which I think is very unique and weird and stuff. So those are my kind of unique, weird, quirky things about my family that I know of. I mean, I know there's probably 100 more things, but Mark said he's getting ready for work. And Leah's saying that her cousin lives in Australia.
All right, so I'm putting up a picture on my live stream. This is the unique thing about our mom's side of the family. I don't know a whole lot about dad's side of the family. I've been to a few reunions, but I don't really know anybody from there. And I've never received any of the background history of the family. But I did a lot of digging on mom's side of the family and found out that we have one lady that had 21 children, and she made it in the newspaper. And before that, our last name in the family is Lamica or Lamatai, and we have a lake named after us in New York because we basically took over the town with how many children each of the ladies kept having. I mean, they would have between 8 to 10 kids, each, and it's a huge family on that side if you really trace it far enough back. And I traced it far enough back to France, and that's about where my paperwork ended online that I could find as far as obituaries and stuff like that. But that's the article of the lady that had the 21 kids in the family.
She said it's also her grandson's first birthday, July 21st. That will be very weird. Mark's saying his granddaughter was 1 last Wednesday. Oh, happy birthday to her. Are you guys still in quarantine, or can you see your grandkids? We still are kind of quarantined here where we're not supposed to be mingling.
I think they're going to extend it. They keep saying Thursday, but I think they're really going to extend it.
They said some parts of Virginia will be extended.
I got a feeling our parts, because Chesterfield, Henrico, and Petersburg and something else had the highest numbers. They were up in the hundreds of deaths and stuff.
Patty said we also had a town named after us, Paquinville.
Yep.
My maiden name is Paquin. And my grandmother came from Canada. Our family back a few generations is all Canadian. Whether they came from France and settled in Canada, I don't know, but they're all French Canadian.
Quebec. I traced it to Quebec.
Yeah, it's Quebec.
Yeah, the Lamicas, the Lamatais, all of them.
Cool to have a lake named after you. That's my grandson Jake's birthday also.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe it's just a day that everybody was born. Wow, pretty cool. Bruce was the 21st. Oh, I didn't know that. I really didn't know that.
Hi, Federico.
Federico Borluzzi. He's doing some concerts from his living room. He sings. So he's been doing some concerts, which are lovely, and I have tried to watch a few of them. They run along, he's doing them for an hour or so, but awesome. I'm loving the duets he's been doing. Awesome job. I'm glad you could come and see us. What time is it in Italy? He's over in Italy. Up near Malone. The town is up near Malone. Well, the Paquins, I think, when they came over from Canada, settled in the Malone area.
Did we ever figure out if the Anna Paquin is related to us because she's a Paquin, or is it a separate line?
There's a lot of Annas, and there's a lot of Patricia Paquins.
The actress lady.
Paquin, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if she's related, because I don't know how many Paquins there are from France.
I don't know. I think we're all one family. If you have that last name, they've got to be related in some way. Because I know my grandmother, there was 10 of them or something, and my grandmother and her siblings. The families are huge, and just once you start multiplying out like that, Jennifer's future mother-in-law shares a birthday with her grandmother Kugler. Oh, cool. Our restrictions have lifted a little bit for Mother's Day this Sunday. My granddaughter lives with us. Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
I don't know what I'm doing for Mother's Day.
I don't know either. Like, it's going to be cold, so we can't go fishing. So Chopper, Mark, you need to check out his channel. He
Okay.
makes little carts and stuff, and he's made a little cart that is awesome for his kitty cat. And so he can pull his kitty cat around town. Oh my gosh, you should see this sleigh. It's beautiful. You got to go check out his channel. He's always building something. Patty saying hi. Patty saying don't think so.
With the Anna girl?
Oh, that she's not related?
I don't know. I would like to know her background as far for having the same name that we have.
He's saying it's 8:51 p.m. in Italy.
Wow, it's 3:00 here p.m.
Mm-hmm. That's
5
cool.
hours.
So Australia's like early morning and it's later at night for him. Wow. That's pretty cool. I like to figure out the time zones and stuff. So Federico speaks many languages. He's pretty fluent in English. I mean, I can understand him. He does real well in English and of course Italian, but I think you do French too, right? Federico, what are the other languages that you speak?
I wish I could speak other languages. It gets garbled in my head, and then I'm thinking of translations at the same time, and I mix myself up. I
Right.
tried.
Well, Mark is saying his mother passed away 7 years ago. So Mother's Day is hard. It can be hard, if you don't have your mom or, like Father's Day for me, because my dad's passed, but it's been 20 years now, I think, since my dad passed. So
Christmas was hard for me for a while because I was disowned on Christmas by my dad. So Christmases for me was like, what's the point in celebrating if I can't go see family kind of thing.
Right. So that is all the tag questions. If y'all want to do the tag, feel free to do the tag. It's been fun. I like doing these tags, and I'll get another tag for next Friday at 1:00. Hopefully I'll have internet and we can do it again if y'all want to get together and do it again. Angie's saying it's 3 there as well. She's been wanting to do a live, but YouTube won't let her for some reason. Are you going to StreamYard? StreamYard is really, really easy to use.
Yeah, I had to teach Robin how to do StreamYard, and me and Life Adventures in Keto had to call her and stuff to help her set up hers.
Federico says he speaks French and understands a little English, but never studied it. I'm studying a little. Oh, that's Russian, right? Gregorian? Because my girlfriend is Gregorian. Is it Gregorian?
I don't know. I'll look it up.
But we usually speak English with each other. Is that like Georgia? Is that like Russia?
German.
Oh, German.
George. Oh, he's spelling it differently. Hold on.
My
It
dad.
auto-corrected to a band named Gregorian.
Oh,
G-E.
my dad lives 900 miles away from me. Father's Day is also fun. Well, you can chat. My mom lives in northern New York and I'm in Virginia, so that's a 10-hour drive. So that's quite a ways to go too. So I have to call my mom up. She doesn't have internet, unfortunately, so I can't chat with her, live stream with her or anything. I wish she did, then she could at least see us and, but, I got the phone so I can call her.
Trying to figure out where it
Yeah,
is.
and I will
Country.
try there again, maybe if I can get it to work. We can all do a live together. That would be cool.
See if I can even show the map. It's like Russia's on the top and Turkey's underneath. It's like right in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's called Georgia. So I don't know. It's between Russia and Turkey.
Jajorian is in Russia.
It's considered Russian. Okay.
My daughter-in-law is from Russia.
That's cool.
Is she? I thought your daughter-in-law wasn't from Oriental, Chinese, or you have another daughter-in-law that's Russian? Georgia is close to Russia, but their language is different from Russian. Then there's another Georgia in the U.S., but of course it's a different one. Yeah, Georgia in the U.S. is a little bit like 8 hours south of where I live. So I'm very familiar with the Georgia in the U.S. After work now, I hope you all have a great stream and a great day. Thank you, Mark. Be safe over there. Have a good day. Saying yes, exactly. We'll look into it. Okay, Angie, that's cool. We could all live stream one day and do a tag together. Have a great day. Pat's telling Mark to have a great day. One of them is. Okay, so her daughter-in-law is from Russia.
Cool.
One of her daughter-in-laws. Vika is from the Philippines. That's what I was thinking. Oh, Vika. Vika and Jen is from the Philippines. Jen made us some Filipino food when we were camping one time. We're an international family. Yes, indeed.
So's Michael. His mom used to host students from overseas. So he has like siblings that they would like treat him like siblings, but they were just like exchange students.
Mark saying goodbye to everybody.
Bye.
Definitely that would be fun. All right, gonna head out. Nice to see you guys. Have a great day, guys. Okay, Angie, I will catch you on the next one. We will be trying to do this again next Friday at 1. Hopefully my internet will be working. I do have to go 3 o'clock now. My break is over. So I need to get back to work. I have a couple things I really need to get done before the end of the day. So it is Friday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to drop the boys off. Is it my weekend or is it his weekend? I don't even know what day it is. No, it's my weekend. I don't have to drop them off. I'm good.
Okay. Works out.
I got to figure out dinner. That's about it.
Vika was adopted when she was 6 from an orphanage. Oh, see, you have something in common with us too. Very cool. It's good that she got adopted because orphanages are not a nice place according to what the stories my mom tells.
Yeah.
Bye, Leah. I'll catch up with you later. Karen saying goodbye. Can't wait till we see each other again. I can't wait too. I'm really, I mean, we got this house and we have this lake and nobody can come and play with us and it really bums me out. It really does. Because, oh my gosh, we're going to waste the whole summer not being able to have anybody up here. And I just don't like that at all. I really don't. So let's hope that at least in a few weeks we can have people over or something. I don't know. Anyway, thank you all for coming. It's been fun. It's been real. And we'll catch you on the next one. You have anything to say?
Nope. We will catch you in another video at another time. My typical sign-off sentence.
All right. Bye, y'all. Bye.